someday tu m'as.
Now for that special cherry pie that I'm so good at making. Of course, you heat up your skillet and you put some sugar in here. And you mix that with flour because that's going to thicken it. Okay. Now to this, you want to add some butter. You can use margarine if you want to, but I sure like that butter in there because it kind of makes it richer. Okay. Then you mix this with your cherry juice. Of course, I use the Bing cherries, and I reserve the juice from the can and use it. Oh, look how pretty that is. Yes, very good. Now that old standby faithful, a whisk, always comes in handy for this because you want to make sure that your flour and your sugar's all blended into your cherry juice. No, I don't know what I ever did without a whisk because I use it for everything. Custards and roux, and always makes everything just so smooth. And of course you have some of your butter that's still floating around here. Then I'm going to add my cherries to this. Okay. Oh, great. Beautiful Bing cherries. Yes. You can use the dark cherries if you want to, but this is what I like to use, the Bing cherries. Of course, you're going to have to cook this until, ooh, I'm being a messy cook again. Yep, like I said, but we're going to have a good meal today because I sure have been messy. All good cooks are messy cooks. So, okay, you're going to mix this up real good. This is a very quick and easy pie recipe, and I love to bake pies. I'm not too good at making cakes, but pies are my specialty. So I always bake them at home for the family and, of course, even for myself because I love pies. Okay, we're going to let that get thick. This has got to congeal because when you're going to bake it, it's going to thicken even more. And then when you take it out of the oven and you let it cool, you refrigerate it, it's going to congeal even more. So that way your pie slices will be real pretty and you won't have juice running all over. I want to make sure this is really, really good. Okay, still not quite thick enough. This takes about a couple of minutes, but that's okay. You got plenty of time. That's not very long, you know. Okay, very good. That's pretty thick. All right, when it starts to forming on the side and it just starts bubbling, so you see how it's bubbling on the sides, that means that it's gone to cooking just right. And you want to cook those cherries, but you don't want to overcook them because they're going to all come apart, and you want your cherries to be whole so your slices look real pretty. All right. Oh, well, I forgot to get my pie shells. Lucy, would you please bring my most famous pie shells from the freezer?
Okay, Mama.
Good. That sounds good. She'll be right here with them. And this is looking real good.
Mama, I know you're cheating because these pie shells are from the grocery store.
Oh, well, Lucy, you know my mom's getting old.
No, that's not true.
Well, I need all the help I can get with time element, so, you know, that's why I get those, but they're good. So would you mind helping me and putting the bottom crust in the pie pan over there, please?
Okay.
Look at this, how pretty this is. I'm ready for it. Very good. That's okay. You're doing good.
Thank you.
Very good. And I'm going to pour this in the bottom crust, okay?
That looks good.
Now you know why Uncle Todd says this is his favorite pie. And of course, I always bake it when he comes.
Well, this pie must be really special because he doesn't come home very often.
That's right. That's right. So, okay. Don't you eat my cherries? Look. Well, my gosh.
Okay.
Well, you know, we're going to have to decorate with those, so we need at least 3 of them. But you know what? You can have a piece of the pie, okay?
Okay.
Now, do you want to help me put this over the bottom? Because, you know, this is kind of complicated here. What?
Oh.
Oops. Yep. I'm gonna put it here. Okay, and that's okay if it breaks. That's fine. That's no problem. We can open them up just like this. You see? That's all right. And then you take half of it and you put it on here. Good old cherry juice. Okay. And then you put this one. And of course, the next step, let me wipe my hands here, is that we're going to seal it. We're going to crinkle it.
Well, how do you do that, Mama?
Watch, I'll show you. See, you just push it down like this, okay?
Well, I learned so much from you.
Well, I'm glad you did. Just, you know, because you can bake me some of these pies someday, you know? Okay, we're going to do this. Well, you finish that up, and I'm going to mix my little sugar and water here.
Oh, I remember you telling me what that does. It makes the pie browning.
Yes, that's right. You put it on top, and it just makes it so pretty and browns real nice. So, would you like to do it for me?
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, you just brush it on there so it's just it bakes to a golden brown and very crispy type crust. Okay, that's good. One more water. Now I'm going to slit this.
Well, why do you do that, Mama?
Well, this is so the steam escapes from the pie and it doesn't make too big a mess, and it also makes it prettier, okay?
That makes sense.
Well, yes. Now we're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 30 minutes in the oven. 'Cause nothing says lovin' like a cherry pie in the oven. What a great meal. Of course, our quail looks as good as it tastes. And to go with that is my wonderful carrot souffle, which I have really learned to fix and enjoy, which I would serve with that a romaine salad with the French salad dressing. To top all this off, we have our gorgeous and delicious cherry pie. Of course, our quail is just one of the many recipes that you can fix with the variety of game that we have in our sportsman's paradise, Louisiana. My visit with Mr. Smith gave me a bird's eye view of what a quail farm really is. And after such a nice visit, I would like to share a letter with you. Dear Miss Lucy, my husband and I love watching your cooking shows. They are great. You always seem to cook the best meals and always make it look so easy that anyone can try them. You go step by step and tell the best stories. Keep up the great cooking. We look forward to watching you cook up a storm in the future. Your friends in Lockport, Louisiana, Steve and Chantel Vedros. Thank you, Steve and Chantel, for sharing this letter with me, and thank you for watching me today. See you again soon, Shaq.